Have you seen the Saudi Arabian line city they're trying to build in the desert? It's so dumb. Yeah, I saw this. It's the ultimate, like, gigacope. I really wish that my brain was made of liquid so that I could look at 3D renders of completely unfeasible, ridiculously impossible, unviable, inefficient, stupid, disgusting architectural projects, and I could be like, oh, dude, that's so cool.
Is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions within...
Like, you could literally be like, here's how we'll fix problems. What if we took all of our cities and we compressed them into a giant cube in the Pacific Ocean? If you did a 3D render of that and you put, like, inspiring music with a montage over it, like, people would believe it, you know? Whose fault is this? This is the Saudi government.
5-minute walk neighborhoods. Travel end to end in 20 minutes. Designed by world-leading architects, the line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. The line is designed as a series of unique communities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. At the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive. The line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
Yeah, okay. So, like, guys, please don't make me have to explain why this is bad. Don't worry, it'll never be built. Stuff like this is just like PR marketing for incredibly gullible people. Like, this is the kind of stuff that's, like, commissioned by dictators to make people around the world soy at how their authoritarian theocracy is actually more advanced than our country because they can put together a 3D render. Like, the Saudi government has done this multiple times. It's the same shit Dubai did, you know? Like, yeah, dude, absolutely. Because then you have dipshits over here, like white boys in Silicon Valley, being like, bro, America's lagging behind. Even Saudi Arabia is building the wall, the line city. We're falling behind, you know? Like, okay. I like this, by the way. Recreation, retail, in this, like, just Jenga random block. Like, look at this for a second. You realize these blocks don't correspond to anything, right? Like, at all. Like, what is this? So that's a stair up. What is this? Just a what? How do you hear? What? Hello, what? Literally living pens for human cattle. It doesn't, like, even though it is really dystopian, please take heart in the knowledge that this cannot be built. It literally can't be built. No, so they can make 3D renders on it if they want, but the moment they got an architectural firm to draw up the plans and budget it, nobody would sign off on it. Nobody, ever. You know why? Because nobody could. There is no institution on Earth wealthy enough to do this. The United States government could not fund this project because it is not feasible. The US military could? Nobody could, because it's not possible. It's like building a 2-mile-high skyscraper. It's not a matter of money. It can't be built. We don't have the technology to build a 2-mile-high skyscraper. You can have all the money in the world. You still can't build a 2-mile-high skyscraper. Yeah, it's more of a physics issue. You can use carbon nanotubes. This isn't that complicated to build. It wouldn't be possible for human habitation. Well, no, that's what I mean. You could build a half-kilometer tall line in the desert if you wanted to, but you couldn't make this. You couldn't make this do the thing that they want. It would just be a money sink. You know what I mean? Like, like, it's not feasible from a design perspective. Like, even if they could build this, which, I mean, you can. Like, it's not impossible to build a high wall. It wouldn't do what they wanted to do, which means it would be a waste of money. Top 10 GoFundMe scams? Yeah. That shit's wild. Have you guys seen the Captain Disillusion video? on the scam with the phone screen being projected off of the wrist thing? The circlet? Yeah, the circlet. Yeah, the secret circlet or whatever. Scammers are wild, man. No, please show it. I don't think I can. It's probably copyright. It's also like a 10-year-old video. Maybe I can? No, I don't want to. You guys should watch Captain Disillusion anyway. It's such a good channel. People believe that shit? Well, yeah, people don't have a realistic understanding of how engineering or anything works, you know? Like anything at all. Anything. So, yeah. He never posts anymore? I mean, he's doing stuff, you know? Whatever. Look at how bad this Saudi city concept is. What is this? Trohena, the Mountains of Neom. Oh, this is the same company. Oh, yeah, see? This video was posted earlier this year. It has 36 million views. This is literally just PR reputation laundering for the Saudi government. This weekend, Ramen? Oh, yeah, 3.6k likes. Something tells me this is being hosted on another site. There would be no point in botting it, I don't think. They might have it hosted somewhere? I don't really know.
Journey to new heights.
Oh my god.
A unique global destination driven by cutting-edge technology in NEOM. This is Trojena. Breathtaking architecture and innovative engineering fold seamlessly into the natural landscape. Ascend to a vertical village, a portal connecting the digital and the physical. The seasonal climate provides a multitude of high-altitude adventures in the Arabian Peninsula with the region's first outdoor ski experience. Enjoy the buzz of world-class entertainment, the crisp mountain air, and the world's most advanced health and well-being center nourish both body and soul. And as night falls, you can witness the stars as you've never seen them before. Welcome to Trojena.
Dude, I don't know why they're paying NEOM here to make fake 3D renders. Why don't they just, like, take a video in Warframe or Destiny 2 and just upload that?
You see desert. We see opportunity. You see the sun. We see inexhaustible.
Okay, this seems like a general thing rather than, like, a specific location. This last one was pretty wild, though. Oh, wait, is YouTube going to cuck out of me? Maybe that's a sign to end stream. I did say I was going to. This one's wild, though. It literally just looks like some fucking World of Warcraft area or whatever. Why Saudi Arabia is building a linear city? Oh, Christ. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Stream has been goobin'. I just saw somebody in YouTube chat say, can anyone ask Vaush when he'll cover the Trump passports? And that person is about to learn a very harsh lesson of watching Vaush streams.
In January of this year, the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince announced an immense new development project that is supposed to set a blueprint for the future of his country and the world.
اليوم بصفتي رئيس مجلس إدارة نيوم.
Shut up.
نقدم لكم the line.
He announced that the kingdom will build a city that stretches along a single 100-mile-long line.
Wait, I wasn't listening for a second. Is he also the fucking chairman of this corporation? So this is literally just the Saudi government giving money to the company to build a fake project? This is like... Okay. This is like the most dictator thing that you can do. Like, yeah, I, the Crown Prince, am going to give my company that I own $100 billion to build something that can't be built. Okay.
The linear city is part of a larger development project planned by the Saudi Arabian government. The economy of Saudi Arabia is heavily dependent on the oil industry, which historically has ensured growth and led to the country now being the 18th largest economy in the world by gross domestic product. Saudi Arabia has the second largest oil reserves on the planet. While the oil industry is the strength of the country, it has also been recognized that there is a risk in this dependency. Therefore,
yeah.
the government is trying to diversify the economy. As part of the Saudi Vision 2030 initiative, the country is investing primarily in large infrastructure projects, education, scientific research, the healthcare system, and the tourism sector. The goal is to pave the way for new industries, in which the focus is primarily on future technologies such as—
This is propaganda. Already, I'm pretty sure this video is propaganda, or at least it's serving the purpose of propaganda. When dictatorships say, hey, we're going to make good use of our oil wealth, we're going to build big things. We saw this with the Soviets too. We've seen this everywhere. It's not for the country. They build giant projects as part of their legacy ensuring dick-waving projects. That's it. That's what they do. It's not about the betterment of the country.
renewable power. And this is a development that can be seen across the Arabian Peninsula, with nations starting ambitious future programs. Even if these initiatives differ from one another in terms of scope and objectives, what they have in common is that they include structural investments that are designed to expand the regional economy to new areas. The Vision 2030 initiative of Saudi Arabia was announced in April 2016. The project is pushed forward by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the son of the Saudi ruler, King Salman. Despite officially being Crown Prince and Minister of Defense, bin Salman is already regarded as the de facto leader of the country. The Line City is part of perhaps the biggest project of this bigger campaign initiated by bin Salman, NEOM. NEOM is being built in the Tabuk province of Saudi Arabia. Here, the government has set up a zone for the new city. The area is located—
Holy shit, it's literally a company town. It's not even just this company is being contracted to construct the city. The whole district has been... Okay.
in the Gulf of Aqaba and the Red Sea, with the Straits of Tiran connecting both. On the opposite side of the strait lies Sharm el-Sheikh. This Egyptian city is economically completely geared towards tourism and is one of the most popular and expensive seaside resorts in Egypt. This success should now be duplicated on the other side in NEOM. The two islands, Tiran and Sanafir, were historically disputed between Egypt and Saudi Arabia. While Egypt has controlled them in the past, the Egyptian parliament approved the transfer of these islands to Saudi Arabia in 2017.
Wow, that's rare. A government allowing land to be ceded? I wonder what concessions they got.
This agreement paves the way for a causeway that would connect the two countries. As part of the NEOM project, a bridge is planned across the Tiran Strait. This would create a land connection from North Africa to the Arabian Peninsula, bypassing Israel. Construction on some of the first projects have already started since NEOM was announced. In the first phase, NEOM Bay is being developed, which should lay the foundation for further development. Some hotel complexes, as well as luxurious apartments, were created. And in 2019, the newly built NEOM Bay Airport was inaugurated, which enables a direct connection from the capital of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. But the largest project—
But for what? Government officials? This is a one-runway airport. This can't be like a commercial tourist airport.
in NEOM at the moment is not intended for the general public. It is a huge park complex consisting of several palaces for the Saudi king, the crown prince, his brother, as well as several villas for other members of the royal family.
Wow, great. Great, phenomenal. Several palaces.
With the announcement of the line earlier this year, for the first time plans have been presented for how the actual city in NEOM will look like. This city concept should bring a number of advantages, which bin Salman hopes will make it the city of the future.
Oh, fuck.
The city will be structured on 3 different levels. On ground level, there will be a complete pedestrian zone without any roads and cars. Green parks should encourage walking and leisure activities. The second level should work as a service level, hosting shops and other commercial space. The third and lowest level will be the spine of the city. This is where goods and people will transport across the city. An ultra-high-speed transit system is planned, which should allow people to travel to any point along the line within just 20 minutes.
I'm sure.
This spine connects different city...
Wait, where's the residential? Wait, all they talked about was like a park and then commercial and entertainment areas and then the metro. Where's the... Is this not a city? Are people not meant to live here? Everyone's just homeless. They all just sleep in their fucking shops.
Modules with each other, so that all errands and activities can be done by public transport and walking.
على مدى العصور والحضارات كانت تبنى المدن لحماية الإنسان بمساحات ضيقة، وبعد الثورة الصناعية بنيت المدن لتضع الآلة والسيارة والمصنع قبل الإنسان.
The entire layout is designed around the premise that many big cities of today are a result of the Industrial Revolution, and as such were built more for machines, cars, and industry, rather than for people that live in it. But whether a rigid line will result in a city that tailors more towards people's needs will remain to be seen. The line aims to reduce the need for personal cars and organize all of its services in a sustainable manner, as the city will be powered entirely by clean energy. In addition, artificial intelligence is to be used...
Why does any of this require a line? Oh, tell me what the AI is going to do. Okay. Why does any of this require a line? I'm not understanding the line part. Building a half-kilometer tall line exponentially increases the cost of everything that's being done here. Everything. Guys, do you know how expensive skyscrapers are? Guys, I want you to think right now about the energy that would be necessary to pump water up half a kilometer across that stretch. Skyscrapers are so inefficient. Like, okay, skyscrapers are incredibly cost inefficient in terms of how much machinery and how many resources it takes to build them relative to the space that they offer people. The only reason skyscrapers are used in cities is because there's so little space there. But they are building in the middle of the Saudi desert, where you have all the space in the world. The reason skyscrapers are only built in areas with very, 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 very high land prices is because it's only in an environment where horizontal ground space is at a premium that the cost of building a skyscraper is warranted. That's not the case here. What are some alternatives to this shit? A regular city!
To simplify the lives of residents and use resources more effectively. The Saudi Arabian government has announced that it will invest $500 billion in the NEOM project. When considering this project...
Wait, what was the AI thing?
Used to simplify the lives of residents. Artificial intelligence is to be used to simplify the lives of residents and use resources more effectively.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. We will use AI to make things better and also to be efficient. Okay, thanks. Wow. Thank you.
The Saudi Arabian government has announced that it will invest $500 billion in the NEOM project.
Into a crown prince's company, yes.
When considering this project, a number of questions arise, and much remains unclear. While the city's focus on green technologies is aimed to ensure a sustainable relationship with the planet, the city's layout design quite literally cuts through its surroundings, forcing its way through tough terrain, rather than embracing natural features such as the coastline, which seems to remain rather inaccessible. While the linear form is fascinating and would be a spectacular thing to see from space, how this layout itself contributes to sustainability and shorter transit times despite longer distances has not been explained yet.
Oh, thank you.
And even if the radical nature of this draft is fascinating as a design study, in practice the question still arises as to whether this layout will allow any natural radiating city growth. But perhaps this concept should achieve a different goal, which is to generate attention. The kingdom is promoting this project worldwide with internet ads, cable TV commercials, and a series of online explanatory videos. The government is trying to find investors, and the linear concept attracts attention.
Good luck. This is like all the .com bubble energy. in the world, but more expensive than any of them ever were. I don't think any dot-com bubble ever hit $500 billion in estimated investment.
At this point, it should be noted that a linear city isn't an entirely new idea. For example, the Spanish city planner Arturo Soria Mata developed plans for linear cities in the 1880s. He envisioned that due to the narrow shape of a linear city along fewer transport routes, every citizen would have close access to the nature and farmland around.
I think that was a different time. The closest example we have to like proper linear cities would probably be like the stuff that was built around train tracks, right? Because railroad companies would own the land adjacent to any train tracks that they were able to lay in America. So they would like, yeah, they would build like down the line. The issue isn't so much the line or the mostly linear design. The issue is elevating the whole thing. Like, can you guys have any idea how many hundreds of billions extra the construction and maintenance of just like the wall itself will be? Like, leaving aside everything else, like you could take all that away and just set everything on the ground and it would be hundreds of billions cheaper, you know?
He strove to create a city that embraced its rural areas, which he believed would create an improved balance of rural and urban life. And after the founding of the Soviet Union, the Russian town planner Nikolai Alexandrovich Miljutin took up this idea as well and partially implemented it in the cities of Volgograd.
Notably still on the ground.
Another concept, at least partially similar to the linear city, was implemented in Brazil at the end of the 1950s when the country created a new capital from scratch, Brasilia. The planned city was supposed to embody modern Brazil, and the planners went for a design that provides for a central axis along which most of the city runs.
But this isn't like comparable though. This is still an outward spreading city. Brasilia is a dumpster fire? Ah, well.
While the planners had the goal of creating a city that ensures equality and modernity through its layout, high prices along the axis resulted in the formation of a large number of satellite cities, whereas the planned city itself hardly allowed for natural growth. The city planning of Brasilia is controversial to this day, and is often criticized for being designed from space instead of street level.
Oh, yep, this is what happens, man. Guys, was Brasilia built by a democratically elected leader or by a dictator? Because this screams dictator design. The latter? It was by a dictator? Military? Oh wait, it was democratic? Why are you people giving me different answers? Dictator? Okay.
NEOM, on the other hand, differs from Brasilia in a few ways, including the fact that Brasilia has relied heavily on car traffic, while NEOM wants to make cars unnecessary. Nevertheless, the concern about designing a city from bird's eye view remains, as it will be interesting to see whether the implemented visions of rulers and architects will align with the needs of people that will actually live in the line. Especially since people are currently being forcibly displaced in order to create space for NEOM. The Al-Huratai tribe who live in this area is calling for an investigation by the United Nations because they're being forced to give up their homes for this prestige project. Because they're being
alleged harassment, arrests, and abductions. Jesus.
Being forced to give up their homes for this prestige project. The government wants to set up NEOM as a free trade zone with its own tax system and its own legal system. This is intended to create an environment for global investors in which they can enjoy a certain degree of security and are not deterred by Saudi Arabia's ultra-conservative Sharia-based legal system. Here, an approach similar to the United...
Am I still streaming, by the way? All of my shit is fucking up on my end. Like, everything on my end is fucking up right now. Yes, I am? Okay, the only reason I can see you saying that is because of the OBS window.
Arab Emirates might be considered. In 2006, the UAE created separate English-language common law courts in order to be able to guarantee international standards within the Dubai International Financial Center, a special economic zone. These courts can now also hear cases outside of the economic zone, and they provide independent jurisdiction governing civil and commercial disputes, while other laws of the United Arab Emirates, such as criminal law, are unaffected. In the case of NEOM, however, it is not yet known exactly how the legal system will be structured. The promise of progressive laws, as well as the widely advertised visions, are intended to attract the interest of international investors. What cannot be overlooked, however, is the contradiction of these promises and the conduct of the Saudi Arabian government.
Really?
Mohammed bin Salman is promoting cautious liberalization in some areas of society in Saudi Arabia, but at the same time, he has been responsible for numerous human rights violations, including a massive wave of arrests of political activists in the country. The Crown Prince has also been linked to the murder of the Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi in the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul.
NEOM project, this futuristic city, that he is planning to invest $500 billion in it. What if it goes wrong? It could bankrupt the country.
But no one's allowed to criticize it.
But no one allowed to write an objective piece in any newspaper saying NEOM pieces.
This is the last moment Jamal Khashoggi was seen alive. It's October the 2nd, 2018. The journalist who wrote for the Washington Post newspaper had gone to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul to get documents he needed for his wedding. Turkish prosecutors say he was murdered, his body dismembered, and the remains never found.
A year after the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman continues to deny ordering the hit.
The NEOM project and the line function as a campaign to restore the image of the Saudi government abroad. It signals that Saudi Arabia...
Okay, this video ended up being pretty based, I think, because it, like, showed the city, and most of this video, it's not really defending... Okay, I apologize for calling this video propaganda. I'm sorry. The earlier parts where it presented the claims Saudi Arabia was making uncritically were a setup for the rest of the video deconstructing and criticizing the premise. I apologize. That was too hasty of me.
Arabia wants to become more open for international business, though at the same time that it has become intolerant for any dissent against the plans of the Saudi Crown Prince.
Nice. All right.